Well, hey there. Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to all things good in the automotive realm of old cars. And what are we doing today? You guys are so good. You love watching me work on my 1954 Nash, really ambiguous old car that a lot of people don't know exists. Everyone thinks it's a Ford or a Chevy. When I tell them Nash, they just kind of get a blank look on their face when they ask. If you notice closely, the Nash is jacked. You see that? The jack is on the differential there. Doing some diagnostic on the engine, and you'd say, why am I jacking? Mark, what are you doing jacking up the rear end, getting way off the ground to work on the engine? As you guys recall, or maybe not, if you're new to the channel, welcome. A piston broke, cracked on startup. This is a 172 CID. I thought it was 196. But since removing the head and measuring the bore, it's more like 170 or 172. I'm not sure which. The pistons are all the same, stroke is different. It's a flathead. It is 6 volt. It is old. It's cool. I don't want to LS swap it. I want to use what I got. And what I have is actually in pretty good shape, except I broke a piston, and I think that was my fault because I let a head gasket go too long. I believe water seeped into that back cylinder. I went to turn it over, and it crushed the crown of the piston. That's what I think happened, and that was years ago. And it finally just the piston basically came apart, and it created this loud racket, and then the car didn't run good, and it had blow by, and yada yada yada. Anyhow, it is a straight 6. It is a flathead, and right now I'm doing valve sealing testing. I did procure, miraculously, I procured a standard piston for this old engine. One. I just needed one, and a guy had it. So thank you to him. So the rest of the pistons are good, 1 through 5, but I'm checking the valve sealing, and let me show you what I'm doing here. This may seem a little odd, but I'm filling these little valve pockets full of brake clean, and that's why I have the back of the car jacked up. The engine sits in the car like this. If I jack the back of the car up, the engine is now flat. It will retain fluid in those pockets. If not, if the car was just left to rest, all the fluid would run out the back because the engine is slanted. I think you get what I'm saying. So I've been filling up, turning the engine over by hand. I can grab the fan here, and I can rotate the engine. And I've got this one coming, this number 5 cylinder coming up on compression stroke. So the valves are closed, and I'm checking for leakage. And you can see some of the brake clean that I sprayed on there has evaporated, but if you look really closely, I'm going to add some compressed air to the exhaust. I've got the exhaust manifold just flop. It's just a log manifold. It connects in 3 spots. So I've got my air nozzle pointed at the number 5 valve, and we'll see if it bubbles. See that? The valve's closed, so it's leaking right in that spot. The intake, to do the same, I would just pull the nozzle out and I would shove it into the intake. That seems fine. So I've got a leaky exhaust valve here, just slightly, and that's what my compression test showed me, is that I had like 125 psi on the two middle cylinders, and the end cylinders were all low, like 80 or 90. So I have checked both of these leak. This intake leaks. These, I'm assuming, are fine. I haven't checked them yet. This one leaks, and I bet you that's going to leak too. So I've got some valve grinding to do. And what I've got to do is I've got to take the horns off, my 6-volt train horns, which those are factory. I've got to take the log manifold off, and then I've got to open up the side of the engine here where my finger is, way down here, my middle finger, this wagon, take those covers off. And oh, that's going to be fun, trying to adjust those valves and play with the valve keepers and everything. I may have to reseal multiple valves, but that's what we're doing. There is no access through the fenders. Not only are they closed fenders, but even when you get the wheel off, they're closed in there, unless I start drilling holes, access holes on my inner fender well here. I'm looking at a lot of fun, and you guys are going to probably come along with me. So hang tight. We'll get this baby fixed up, but I want this thing to have 125 PSI on each cylinder. It used to when I first got the car, and it sounded really cool, sounded smooth and idled smooth, ran good. It hasn't been running so great lately, and I just thought it was maybe the tune up, like the points, but and now I realize I'm low on compression, so let's fix it. It's going to be another day, but we're going to work on it.